All right. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing this evening? Love that. Welcome, Bella. Welcome, Michael. Bella's my sister's name. How'd the rest of everybody's trading day go here today? Hey, that's a great day. Nice work. 500 bucks ain't anything to sneeze about. Amazing. So, who wants to kick things off here? Who wants to kick us off with the first question? What's up, Andrew? So, who's got the first question here this evening, team? What do we got? Not sure what you mean by shades of those colors. Like if I look at today's price action, right? Red daily candle, red volume profile. So I think you just might have a setting that appears to be off. Well, that could just be a setting for the color that you've chosen to optimize it as, right? Like I've manually added all these colors myself, right? So I personally chose this number and the opacity, right, of it. So I think you're overthinking it. What else do we have here, team? Yes, you just drag it to the price where you want it on your screen, right? So your order will show you on your position will show you here on your screen, and then you just drag your stop loss line to where you would like it to be. So I don't favor the pullback. I'm trading the fake out, right? And the reason I trade the fake out is because when I was using the aggressive or pullback technique, I would get the direction correct, but the timing wrong. So I just started buying my stop loss instead. The way that I determine the difference, right, is by doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then when I notice a pattern in my trading that I'm not happy with, i.e., I'm getting faked out too much, or I'm missing too many entries, or markets are moving without me, whatever it might be, then I have an easy thing to adjust. So about last August, I've caught myself getting faked out too much. I got sick and tired of it. So I switched to basically buying my stop loss and using the fake out entry. And it's been the only thing you've seen me trade, Michael, for the last year. So I don't pick and choose which method to use on which trade. It's the same thing every single time. I wait for the fake out every single time. And I do that because my data told me that I was getting my direction right, but timing wrong. And if I started buying my stop loss instead of buying, at candle open, that I was going to catch a lot more winning trades. What else is on people's minds here today? No, I didn't place any further trades. Was happy to just walk away effectively at a scratch day. But yeah, so not too much going on there. Did the market show up the way you thought it might today, given the September changeover and all the hype around SpaceX? And markets behave always how I expect and always how I don't expect, right? Like my objective here is to make my plan and then to live with basically having the flexibility to trade both directions. So if I look at my plan here today, right, it was basically, okay, we're looking for an ORB fake out. Once the fake out happens to the downside, we're looking for 700, 600, 500, 400, right? Where did we close? We closed at 307. So, I think our plan mapped out what it was going to do. Did I execute the trading as best as I could have here today? Maybe not, but that doesn't have anything to do with the market. That's up to me, right? So, I didn't close my big win as aggressive as I should have and let a big win turn into kind of a small win. Had a few trades where, maybe I took entries that I wasn't super happy with, so I got out pretty much right away. So I didn't control my variables as well as I could have, and that's really what I'm judging myself on. What the market does is kind of irrelevant. I have no control over that. All I can control is how I react, how I choose to trade, what decisions I take, what risk I take. And so that's all I care about. All things considered here today, I'm actually relatively proud of how I managed those sensations. Because when I did catch myself in something that I didn't like or didn't get the reaction that I expected, I didn't just wait for it to stop me out. I got out of my position before it caused more damage. And that made a significant difference here today. It prevented me from having a big red day. I had a very small red day. And that's a lot more sustainable long term. Always, Andrew. It's always better to have a small loss than to have like a scenario where it's make or break, right? Like I don't want to put myself into a situation where I'm backed into a corner where I need to have either a massive win or I'm going to die trying. Like always live to fight another day. And it's a lot easier to make big money if you lose small money. Yeah, I don't want to get to a point where I have to be emotional trading. That is not sustainable. Does not get you paid, and riding the P&L roller coaster is no fun. You just lose your energy, you lose your stress, like you build up a ton of stress, you lose sleep, you get agitated with the people around you that you care about. None of those things are positive. All because you didn't have the courage to take a small loss. Like it's fucking pathetic. Truth be told, sorry to curse. So if you can't control yourself, trading's not for you. And if you don't want to improve, then you're an idiot. What other questions do we have here, team? Or anything else from people? But it wasn't because I got the heebie-jeebies, right, Kath? It was because when I entered my position, it retested my entry and lower and then moved again. So the evidence I got from price action was that I was early, and you don't get paid for being early as a trader. So if I was early on my entry, i.e. I was wrong about my entry, what else was I wrong about, right? So it's wasn't an emotional reaction. It was a logical reaction to price not behaving how I expect. If my trade is strong, it'll move in my direction right away. It won't flirt with my price and tease me and fake me out and then go. Right? If it does that, then I was wrong. So why do I need to be pot committed to that idea when I can get out and keep my ammo? Yeah, pup is doing better. He's still got a little baby limp, so we're still taking it pretty easy. Well, if you're a DTR member, you already have that. All right. The AI coach feature is available to you on the website, right? It's literally called AI Coach. So everyone who's a DTR member already has access to that. Yeah, John, like I just said, man, you have that already available to you on the DTR trading website, right? All the extra features are done there. All the coaching add-ons are done there. So like, I don't know why we're looking for things that you already have access to and exist. And I don't understand why people keep paying extra for things that they already have. Like, we've tried to make this extremely clear for members by the straight up evals. You have access to everything else. There's no need to pay a premium. If you're having issues with your file, email it to backoffice@daytraderfunding.com. John, I'm just going to say this very politely, right? If you think an AI feature is going to stop you from going on tilt, you are not giving yourself any chance to ever be successful. The only way that you stop going on tilt is you be proactive, not reactive. So let's not make things more difficult for ourselves. Let's not pass on the blame to something else or, oh, I don't have this feature, I don't have this tool, I don't have this XYZ or the other. You have access to everything you need to be successful as a trader. It is now your job to take accountability for your decisions and to change your behaviors. And if you can't take accountability to stop trading when you're feeling emotionally tilted or emotionally frustrated, no feature is going to stop you from doing that. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have access to everything you need. Can we please stop complicating things and making up problems that don't exist? And take some accountability for your trading and your decisions. And if you go on tilt too often, size down. If you go on tilt after 3 trades, walk away after 2. Right? If you don't like how your behaviors are impacting your trading, change your behaviors. This is not complicated. All you have to do is have the deliberate action to actually make those choices and make those changes. And if you can't be accountable to yourself, you need more hand-holding than you already get throughout the trading day. Like, it doesn't really sound like you're serious about being a profitable trader. Sounds like you just want the easy path. Well, if you want to be in the top 1% of anything, you can't behave like 99% of other people. And 99% of people pass on blame. They look for the new holy grail. Oh, it's not my fault. Oh, it's the market. Oh, poor me, it's Trump. Oh, poor me, it's Iran. Oh, poor me, it's Michael. And it's ridiculous. That's not how you ever accomplish what you want out of anything. And it's mind-boggling that after all this time in the program, you still have those beliefs. But you do know the answer, John. Right? You do know the answer. We talk about psychology, managing risk, and going on tilt every single day. Every single day. Any other questions here, team? Or is it just a bitch fest today? Guys, you get so much handed to you here on a silver platter, right? I take care of the strategy. I take care of the entry timing. Take care of talking you through what I'm doing, all these sort of things on a daily basis. Your job is to manage your psychology. That is literally your only job. So if we're not going to be accountable to ourselves for that, how do you expect to win? You get, on average, 30 hours a week, right, of opportunities to learn doing this. 10 hours a week trading, 5 hours a week of these coaching calls, opportunity to book one-on-one calls when you want, and then you have countless hours of learning material on top of that that you can use. So you have every tool you could ever possibly want, right? So at some point, we got to stop making up our own problems and just start being accountable to ourselves and fixing them. Like, how would you guys feel if I would blame you for every single losing trade that I took, right? Be pathetic. No, I choose when to make my decisions. I execute my trades and I own those results. And if I don't like how I behaved or I don't like how I traded, the first person to say it. Okay, I didn't like my entry today, or I took an entry I shouldn't have, or whatever. And then I learn from that mistake. I choose to make a different decision next time, and I improve and I get better. And none of you are doing that for me. None of you are doing that work for me. I have to do it myself. And it's something that I do daily, 14 years now, trading. And I don't think that I hide what that process looks like. I don't think that I'm like hiding behind some secret sauce, right? And pretending that I know something that, only I know. I just don't tolerate my own bullshit. So, like, if I don't tolerate mine, don't ask me to tolerate yours. It's not fair. And it doesn't make you a better trader. But at some point, we have to be accountable to ourselves, because at the end of the day, you are the only person who is responsible for your success. I am not telling you what to do. I am not clicking the button for you. I am not forcing you to make a decision. That is something that you have to own and be comfortable with, and understand how to learn and improve from those decisions. So, like, a different indicator, a different Discord server, a different tool, a different chart color. None of these things matter. They really don't. When people talk about what it takes or how long it took them to figure out the market, it is never a strategy thing. It's how long it took them to figure out themselves and how long they avoided doing the work that they knew they should be doing. That's it. And if you focus on studying your mistakes, okay, why did I go on tilt here? Why did I get annoyed? Why did I get frustrated? Then you can recognize those patterns and choose to make a different decision. And if you think that the market is forcing you to act, then you have no chance. The second you give away that control, the second you allow something else to dictate your decisions, you are screwed. The market will take your money and laugh in your face. It will not care. So if you don't care to fix those problems and you just try to find an easy solution to them, you will never get the objective or the outcome that you want. See, but the cycle, see, this is the other thing I don't understand. Like, yes, trading psychology is difficult, but everything is difficult, right? And everything is psychological. I'll defeat the psychological until death. So it's like, who cares, right? Why put so much stock into it? If you constantly tell yourself, oh, my trading psychology is so bad, all you're doing is giving yourself pre-acceptance of the mistake that you're about to make. You're like softening the blow for yourself before it ever happens. But if you say, oh, you know what? My psychology is actually my weak point right now. I need to fix it. And then you attack that with intensity and you're deliberate with it, then it won't be a problem. And it won't be this super hard thing. It won't be this boogeyman in your trading. It'll just be another part of your toolkit. And you have every possible tool you could ever need to be successful. The one tool I cannot create for you is self-accountability. Do we have any other questions? So if you have any issues, bump up an email. We will take a look. But like Adrian, I can't truth be told, like figure out what your email is or what account number you have from this YouTube chat. So if you have an issue, please bump up an email to backoffice@daytraderfunding.com and we will take care of it. If something isn't responded to in 24 hours, that should always be your move. Like I'm literally working on these things from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. There are times where I will miss something, and so I do apologize. It's obviously never my intention, but if you have an issue and it isn't answered in the time frame that you want, don't hold on to it. Just bump up the email. Do we have any other questions here, team? All right, team. See you tomorrow.